Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Thank you for locking in. One more day to the weekend. And we're going to be out tomorrow night, Feast a Little Italy in downtown Abacoa from 6 to 8 p.m. Come on out, get some great food, and join us. Love to see you there.
That's always fun, especially this year because it's pretty close to my house. You know what that means? Leftovers.
Okay. Good stuff.
It's going to be fun.
Yep.
I love the feast. I always have a fun time with the feast.
Me too.
I love Abacoa.
Me too. And it's free admission, so everybody can just come in and eat all they want and not have to worry about, ticket prices.
Yeah.
I always got a weird story when I leave Abacoa. There's always some weird but cool bullshit that goes down.
You always have a weird story when you leave anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not Abacoa, it's you.
Yeah.
Oops, I forgot. Yes, you're correct.
Let me see. Got some more people talking about their favorite opening tunes and songs from concerts. Some that people had said. Europe's The Final Countdown. Green Day's Basket Case. Kid Rock's Ball with the Ball to Bang a Bang. Also Pearl Jam, like an even flow. And they said even some other stuff that's outside of the rock realm. Ice Ice Baby or Beyonce's Crazy in Love.
So to me, you can really play this game if you've got an artist that's got a bunch of hits. That's the best way to play. I'm going to throw an artist at you, Kev. You tell me what you think their opener should be. John Mayer.
John Mayer. I don't know. That's a tough one.
I think that should be his first hit.
No Such Thing.
No Such Thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's upbeat.
It's a great upbeat opener. Everybody knows it. That was probably his most played on the radio song.
Duran Duran.
I would say Rio.
That's a good one to open. I agree.
Or Hungry Like the Wolf.
Even the Reflex could because it's got kind of that long drawn out.
Yeah, here comes the Reflex. Blah, 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 blah. Boom. Yeah.
You and my brother and myself are the only people that I really know that love Duran Duran as much as I've never met anyone that loves him as much as you and my brother.
They had a pocket 84, 85. They were massive. But yeah, you're right. If you weren't cranking it our age at that time, probably not.
You're like, fuck Duran Duran. What the hell are you guys talking about?
Yeah. Rachel Lee said Pink from the Beautiful Trauma Tour. She opened swinging on a huge pink chandelier, singing, of course. I'm coming out, so let's get this party started. That is a good one, yeah.
That's a good one.
I'm coming out. Yeah, that's a good little kickoff tune there. Yeah, when I saw some of the modern artists, I was really kind of unimpressed. I guess I grew up in that era where it was like big brawl, the song is like, yeah, and some of these artists, they would just casually walk onto the stage and then just start singing. And
You're
I was
right.
Like, okay.
If you see old-timey concerts, especially if it's a Billy Joel or an Elton John show, Elton John will walk out, wave to everybody, and then just start playing on his piano.
Playing. Yeah, okay. I like that, just where the lights and smoke and flames and all that.
But you're a rocker at heart.
Well, I grew up in the Kiss era, baby. That's what they did. And by the way, I guess Kiss just canceled their show on Friday. I don't know what it is with these shows. I never see an announcement. They don't publicize it anywhere. Because remember, they postponed it because what was going on? I think they had rain or something like that. Was it weather? Is that why they did that? And they had postponed it till this Friday. And yeah, I guess it's just canceled now. So
rain, thunderous weather is not good for Gene's hip.
Sounds like bad ticket sales.
Well, that's what you had said when they were doing the Vegas residency thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are people over Kiss?
They finally, everybody who loved them is like, all right.
You can only retire so many times.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's, the one thing about, and I guess other bands do this, there's no new music. Their newest song is 1996.
Is it Psycho Circus?
Yeah.
I actually liked it song.
The song's okay. Yeah, I like the song. All right.
It's so cheesy, Virginia.
It is. But, I mean, so it's the same old stuff. It's all good. But, yeah, it's just not the same. And it said, if you love Queen, tonight at 8 o'clock on ABC, they got the Queen sing-along. They've got some different artists that are going to be on there singing it. Of course, Adam Lambert is one. So Jimmy Allen, a country star, he's going to be on there singing.
Guarantee I know what song he does.
Which one?
Oh, this thing, I got love.
Oh, probably.
Can't
Yeah.
get enough.
That's the most country song.
It's
they have.
the most country, yeah.
It's the one I hate the most.
I love that song.
Oh, that's a great
I
tune.
don't like it.
Oh, that's a fun one to play on the guitar.
heck?
I was actually going to ask you to sing it with me.
Well, now you know.
Well, FTS.
I'll
Fuck
sing it with
this
you.
shit.
I love it.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm there for you.
I'd love to play with
Kevin will be your Dolly Parton.
you. Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a question here for Virginia from Doug. Want to say, now that the New Orleans Saints quarterback is hurt and out for the year, how would Virginia feel if they reached out to Cam Newton as their new quarterback? Would you buy a Cam Newton Saints jersey?
I'd rather see them suit up Jason Pennington and put him in the QB
And
spot.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to fucking bring it into the zone,
I know
baby.
you would, boo.
I'm going to get you the zone.
No, Cam Newton is not welcome in the Superdome. He is an asshole of epic proportions. One of the times that he pissed me off, he was screaming at the fans in the Superdome, "This is my house, motherfuckers," screaming in the faces of children that were sitting on the front row of the Superdome. No, he's not welcome.
I've heard you say some motherfuckers in front of children before, too.
Not to them.
Not to them.
Just near them.
He wasn't saying it to them.
He
He
was.
wasn't going up to the kids going, fuck you, kids.
This is
Fuck
my
you."
house, motherfuckers, in their face. Yes, he was.
I wanna
There's
s-
video
I
proof.
want to see that. I want to see it.
All right. Why are you defending him? There's video proof.
I'm asking you for the video proof.
All right,
And
I'll
I'm
find
also
it.
just fucking pulling your leg because that's what we do here.
Well, I hate Cam Newton.
And then you got to get all pissy on me like it's real.
Oh, it's real. Football is real, Jay Bird.
Kevin, as you want.
Virginia, talking about football is real. She was talking with me before we started the podcast. She's, looking because Magnolia is going to be checking out schools. And Virginia's got a real lady boner about getting her to LSU. Because I start kind of breaking down, I'm like, well, okay, well, what is Mags doing for a major and this and that? I was talking a little bit about, because I went through it mainly with my son. And Virginia's whole motivation breaks down simply to the LSU football team.
I want to be able to go.
Because I was like, well,
To
how
go
are
games.
academics? Academics are like, okay, so, not great. I'm like, how are they with her program, what she wants to go to? She's like, well, they have one. I'm like, well, having one's not necessarily having a good one. And it all comes down to just Virginia wants her daughter to go to LSU just so she'll be an LSU Tiger fan and go to football games.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
Yeah.
I get it.
Kevin, when they picked Collins College, I guess they did it the smart way. So he looked at all the specific academic program he wanted to do and saw how that school performed in, okay, let's say in Mags's case, pre-med. Mags wants to do pre-med.
Yeah.
And so Colin went through, and he didn't pick necessarily the biggest or best school. He focused on his individual area and then went with the best college in that area. Yeah, of course he did it the smart way.
Yeah, and he did it pretty much all himself. I mean, we just went along for the ride. So if he wanted to go check out a school, we're like, cool, he had it. So
Yeah, I
Yeah, a
did it.
kid
do
like
it.
that, you don't tell them what to do. They tell you what they're doing.
Well, yeah, and he has no love. He could care about college football. So I knew, it wouldn't, even if he went to school, I don't think he'd go to a game.
He did it the smart way. That's good.
Yeah, he did it. You know what? He did it his way.
I did it the smart way, too. I based everything on nothing about education, just my baseball skills.
Okay.
That went well.
Worked out well for you.
Well, I was clearly going to play baseball, third base for the Braves, Virginia.
Got an email here from Sherry. She's been listening ever since they moved to Florida about 6 years ago, and she wanted to let us know that Her and her husband now own a small mom and pop shop in Margate called Shaved Away Subs. If you Google, Facebook, or Instagram, you can find them. They purchased this place back in February 2020, a month before COVID hit.
Whoa.
But luckily, we didn't have to completely shut down because we could remain open as a takeout.
Okay.
They're family-owned and operated. They make all the following in-house: roast beef, meatballs, marinara sauce, bread pudding, New York-style cheesecake, big cookies, Maryland crab soup, chicken noodle soup, shrimp bisque, chicken salad, and tuna salad. And they also carry their own line of ready-to-eat frozen soups and sauces. They're on Atlantic Boulevard in Margate. So if anybody's around there, go and check them out. And if we're ever there, Sherry will definitely pop in.
I like the sound of that.
Shaved Way Subs.
Gosh, I love me a sub.
Shaved Way?
Shaved Way Subs in Margate.
Okay,
Yep.
is that talking about like the way that they shave their meat?
I'd imagine that's
yeah.
what that means.
Not like their beaver.
That you got me in. I'm curious. We'll take that.
When you go and ask Sherry.
I'll take the tuna.
Hey, Sherry, how's it looking, girl?
Yeah. What's going on, Sherry?
Is she woolly or is she clean?
Well, now I'm definitely making the road trip.
Yeah.
The road trip down south.
What if Sherry just hikes a foot up on the counter and goes, well, let me show you?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
Not over the roast beef, Sherry. Good Lord. Got Marie wanting to know, with the holidays coming up, I was wondering how the best of was going to be compiled. For the diehards, it seems to be a recap of the summer, relatively recent shows. It'd be neat if some audio from the archives was thrown in, like older bits that you don't do right now, but maybe that's a tough logistics-wise issue on the ATS. A few older bits were mentioned, but just a thought. Yeah, anything from our RMF era, we have got, bam, we can drop it in there. In fact, probably what we'll do during the holidays, and we typically do this, you know, because we have a replay show that runs Saturday mornings. If you guys don't listen to the Saturday replay, I know for Halloween, for instance, on Saturday, we ran some bits that we've done Halloween past that we didn't do this last year. So there were some things on there that you could hear. And so during the holidays, we'll do that. We'll look for anything Thanksgiving-wise that we've done other years. We just don't want to do the exact same bit every single year, so we'll drop those into replay. So you hear Thanksgiving and Christmas stuff like that.
we also have some old Wild 95.5 bits. We do. We have a few. We have some ones, I think, with my mom during the Christmas time. But there's only maybe 5% of what we got from Wild. But we do have some old ones maybe we can throw in there as well.
Yeah, so we'll spike those in. We always like to try to do that. So that's our strategy on that. And then, you know, probably especially during the holidays, we're not going to play stuff that's going to sound where we're talking about, oh, it's so hot outside. You know, so we'll try to keep it seasonal type stuff from years past.
You'll know it's real old because Kevin will be talking like this, and I'll be talking like this. And Virginia will still be talking just like that.
Yeah, all the same.
Well, your voices have changed, Kev. Cajun.
From way back in the day,
The
yeah.
Raging Cajun over here's kind of stayed the fucking same annoying Cajun voice.
What you talking about?
You really haven't changed much in your voice. Me and Kevin sound a bit different.
Well, it sounds like your balls dropped.
Kevin sounds high. and
Kevin's.
I sound like my tonsils need to be removed immediately.
Interesting.
Hello. Are we on?
Got a very fascinating email here from Catherine. It was a sleep perception study. If it is legit, it is interesting, the findings. They had two groups in the sleep perception study. Group A was told they got 8 hours of sleep, but actually got only 5. Don't know how you do that, but that's what they did. Group B was told they got 5 hours of sleep, but actually got 8. So what you would expect is the group that got 8 hours of sleep would perform better. But what was fascinating about this was they didn't. It was flipped. And it wasn't about how much sleep you actually got. It's how much sleep you were told you got.
Wow.
And they found the perception of your rest dictated your performance output and not the actual rest itself. They did this by testing reaction times.
We are so like that as humans where if we think it, we believe it.
That's crazy.
We can really
Yeah.
trick ourselves with the whole placebo effect.
It's just insane to me.
But that makes sense, though.
They said it even affected the brain waves. The people who only got 5 hours had significantly higher alpha wave activity, which keeps you alert and productive. So being told that they got 8 hours when they only got 5 even affected their brain waves. And it showed on the monitor that they were more alert and they were more productive with their output.
Well,
Wow.
What it would do for me if I was tricked thinking I slept 8 hours and I was feeling tired, I'd go, Bird, man, get over this. You slept 8 hours. You should be getting. It would almost give me my own pep talk, and I don't know. I think it would help me.
Yeah, they say with this study, they found not only does your performance output change with respect to your belief or perception, but your literal physiology changes as well.
Wow.
And they say those with a high belief in what they're doing get better results than those who have a negative outlook, is what it showed. So it's a lot of times your attitude. You could get a great night's sleep, and then you go into a job or a project you hate, and you still feel like you're dragging ass. And it's really because of your own perception.
That's
on that.
crazy.
Yeah, it really is. And it is kind of a good thing, too, to note. And the person who put this report up onto the Instagram said it's one of the reasons why I don't really like cheap sleep tracking tools, because if your tracker told you it was a bad night of sleep, then your perception changes. And when your perception changes, so does everything else.
I really agree with that.
Totally.
Yeah, so that is kind of interesting that, that is like that. So it is something to note. And, for me, I know like with our Sleep Number beds, they have that where it gives you the score, but I've only checked it a few times. And I don't do that because there are nights where I know I'll sleep 8 or 9 hours. Maybe on the weekend, I wake up and I'm like, it's still weird.
It is. It's
I don't feel as alert as I would think I would.
But we as humans, we can trick ourselves into thinking things are way worse in our head. Just shows you the power of your thoughts.
And
Physiology.
I think, too, like hormones and food and mood and all these things that we put in our bodies, alcohol, drugs.
But
it changes everything.
This just isn't for sleep, though. I think if you tell your mind something, you could trick it into thinking.
That's what this says. It's the power of your mind and what you believe rather than what is true.
And I do believe that. Not 100% with everything, but I think it definitely plays a factor.
Mm-hmm. And everybody's really kind of in this, tracking your physiology, where you are, because we're all trying to improve our performance levels. In fact, Apple's going to be answering the call. They're working on new health-focused features for their AirPods, things that could take your temperature, monitor your posture, and actually even improve your hearing. So a lot of the products that are being created are trying to help us overall because people are so into that. I want to be the best version of myself.
Oh, gosh, I know that doesn't exist. Yeah, so I'm fucking throwing the towel in. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
He gave up.
Well, let's have a good time.
Yeah. So Apple doing whatever they can to continue to make tons of money. And it is really kind of interesting because I know there is a fight that is going on right now about the charging cords that you have. They want to go to a universal charging cord that would be used for all products. In fact, I believe that a lot of Europe has this.
Okay.
And Apple's fighting it because you know how much money they make on their charging cords?
Gazillions.
And they always will change up. You ever notice that? I just switched over to my mom's laptop, which is newer than the one that I have, which was 8 years old. And the cords are completely different. I'm like, why do you keep changing this the way that it looks? And that reason would be now if I want to get a charger cord for that old laptop, I got to pay extra and this and that. I can't use a cord that I already have. I would be forced to go and pay extra money back to Apple. And I can't remember what it was. It was in the millions or maybe billions of dollars that Apple makes selling their charging cords.
It's not fair. It's fleecing of the American public. And we got to stand up like the UK and say, no, bitch.
If you get a chance, Bill Burr's got it's like a 3-minute comedy bit he does about Apple and how they fuck you over with the charger and all that stuff.
It's unbelievable.
It's very funny.
It's unbelievable.
He goes in on Steve Jobs.
And you know right now, their most back-ordered product that Apple has is a $19 non-abrasive cloth to wipe smudges and fingerprints off of screens. It's their most ordered new product. You have to spend $20 just to find a perfect cloth to clean your screen so it doesn't scratch it and mess it all up. So you have to pay more money on that.
I'm so glad I don't give a frog's fat ass about my screen.
And it shows.
Yeah.
So much Kool-Aid on it.
Could give a fuck about my screen.
Yeah, if you have one of those computers too, those charging cords are like $50+ bucks.
Yeah.
They're not like the phone cords, which you can get those for like $25. The computer ones are $50, $80.
Oh, yeah.
Like they have a lot of balls.
They do, and the reason why they have a lot of balls because we keep on pumping those things up. We pay it as the people.
But why can't
Yeah.
we ask people that make laws in this country to make that sort of abuse illegal against our citizens?
Well, guess what? Then now you're the Aaron Brockovich of the fucking apple cords, and you're spending all your time dying on that hill of apple cords. Do you want to die on that hill?
I can't even get a pool. I can't die on that hill.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't fight the
She
system.
once was the Aaron Brockovich of Tequesta.
Aaron Brockovich.
Aaron Brockovich.
Aaron Brockovich, yes, it all works.
I can't even get a pool trying to fight the system. I'm not going to fight Apple and
Stay
win.
out of that dark area. Come back to us.
I want a pool so bad.
Good witch, not bad witch. Come on, come back.
I want to stab somebody.
Halloween's over.
I want to stab.
Mandolin in the chat room said, yeah, I'm still pissed that Apple stopped giving headphones and charging bases $1,200 and I only get the charging cable.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're right, man.
Yeah.
That's like Olive Garden taking away the free bread. Fuck that. Right?
How dare they?
And Engineer Key said they can still screw you over with a universal charger because they can vary the resistance of a single lead in the cable, causing the device not to recognize the charger.
What?
Yeah, it's too smart for us, but there's a way they can still screw you over even if they do the universal.
Engineer Keith, reel it in. Come on.
Engineer Keith,
You gotta know the
gotta
show, dude.
Dumb it down, bro.
I mean, I feel like you do know this show, so why are you writing us all that smart
He
shit?
knows we're dumb.
Yeah, I know. What are you doing, Engineer Keith?
Come on, Keith. Know your audience.
He's showing off. I get it. I understand.
Lynn with kind of a little hack here. She said, I just finished listening to the podcast, heard you all thinking about doing the colonoscopy. It is literally a PIA and takes so much time from prep to the procedure and recovery that you can avoid that by doing the at-home test you see on TV for Cologuard.
Poop in a box.
I do that all the time anyway.
Cologuard, I think it is. Yeah, you basically poop in a bag, put it in a box, and you send them your turd.
I hate it all so much.
I mean, I like it better than going into a place and having them stick a stick up your bung.
It is a weird situation. When I gave my kidney away, I had to bring they wanted fresh pee that I had to bring from my house from Palm Beach Gardens down to Miami. And when I got there, they didn't know what to do with me. Something happened to where
So you're just standing there holding your bag of piss.
it was a big it was a jar. It was a big jar of piss, and nobody was helping me. They brought me in the back, but there was nowhere to sit, so I had to sit.
Was it a glass jar? Because that's dangerous.
Crisscross applesauce with a plastic jar of piss, as all these medical people kept walking by me. And it was the most oddest thing. And it lasted for 45 minutes. And people just kept walking by me as I'm holding my piss. It was not a good feeling.
I think about the colonoscopy too. It's a specialty thing. So your doctor can't do it at their office. You have to go to a different doctor that you don't know, that may or may not have big hands that are cold. And that's the person that's going to be rooting around in your bunghole.
Every doctor has cold hands. It's the law.
I'm sorry. I am not down with that. I'm not ready for that. If I could poop in a box and get the same results.
I really do feel like the doctor, right before he goes into the room, oh shit, these aren't cold enough. Let me hold this fucking
Someone
piece
give me
of
ice.
All right, there
Ice,
we go.
quick.
All right, give me that igloo. Okay, it's cold enough. Let me touch your balls.
Yeah, Lynn said the Cologuard is covered by insurance, and all you have to do is drop off the prepaid box that they provide at the UPS store, and the results are sent to your physician. If by chance something shows up irregular, then you can go for the colonoscopy, but mine was fine. Okay.
So you can really get away with pooping in the box, Or is it still better to go in there? Like, how much better is it to go in and get the colonoscopy?
Yeah, I'd like to know. Like to know what. Maybe it'd be something to call your doctor on.
Because
Say,
we're
is this
in
good
that
enough?
we're in that age group. I got the voicemail message from my doctor's office. It's butthole time.
Trust me, you are going to get somebody who loves writing out medical bullshit. You're going to get a 7-page email about buttholes and all the things you're supposed to do to them. Good luck with that, Reed.
Yeah. I got a message too, and it said, "It's butthole time," but I don't think it was my doctor. I don't know what it was all about.
It wasn't your doctor.
That may be one of my friends.
Yeah, let's check on that. Candy sent a nice email, said, "Thank you for being you. I went in for breast cancer surgery yesterday morning, and I listened to your show and the ATS. Helped pass the long waiting time for me and my husband listening with our earbuds together." That's so cute.
That is cute.
On the road to recovery from stage 1 breast cancer. Thanks for being there. P.S. reminder for all the girls to do the self-exams. I found the lump early.
Wow, you found the lump and you found it early.
Yep.
Sending you peace and love and a full recovery.
Good for you, girl.
Yeah, that is great news. And Mandy said, my son Noah heard his name on the radio for his birthday. It was priceless. He giggled and jumped up and down. Thank you so much for all the happiness you brought him. You guys mean more to people than you can know.
Send that to that radio consultant. Remember,
Yeah.
birthdays are shit.
That's dumb. Nobody wants to hear anybody's birthday.
Nobody wants to hear from a radio consultant. That's what
True.
nobody wants to hear.
And you got to be careful when you use the term nobody. That's really
Nobody.
It's a ballsy.
You speak for everyone.
You speak for everybody on the planet that does not want to hear their name on the air. Okay.
Okay, 80-year-old guy who is shriveling up faster than a frog dead in the street.
My friend likes to go real below the belt. She likes to attack people personally and how they look. I was going more of
Fuck that guy.
Oh, well.
Let him say something. Let's go.
You remind me, and I know you're probably not going to get this reference, but you remind me of Joe Pesci's character from Goodfellas.
I don't get it.
I know.
I don't get it.
He was a wild card.
idea.
He was a wild card.
I like him, though. I don't get it, but I like
He's
this guy.
a great character.
Let me see here. Talking about this, I thought it was kind of interesting. We might get into this tomorrow, too. What actor seems to only play themselves? And could you say that about Joe Pesci?
You really could say that about Joe Pesci. Yeah.
He always has a tude, and I'm here for
You
it.
can't say that about De Niro because De Niro did Meet the Parents. He's done some
Yeah.
Cape Fear. He was different.
Yeah, he's done. He's branched out.
Pesci is always Pesci.
Yeah, he really is. Pesci is always Pesci.
I'd say Stallone, but Stallone, he's in Copland. He was different. I felt like.
Okay. Yeah, you can make that argument. Some of the names they suggested: Kevin Hart.
Yes, but he started off as a stand-up comedian, not an actor.
Yeah, that's true. I guess some of those you would say, all
I'll
right.
give him a little bit more leniency.
And I think after a while, if they start in comedy, that's the big thing. You look at a Robin Williams, you look at a Vince Vaughn, where they start off, and after a while, they're like, I got to do something to change it up because I want to be an actor, not just a comedian who's doing a role.
Someone said Angie from Hollywood said Vince Vaughn's always Vince Vaughn, and I see what she's saying. I would suggest watch him play Psycho. He does Norman Bates.
Yeah.
He clearly tries to
He
do something
did that
different.
because he wanted to do something different. And it's odd that he really hasn't done any big projects for a long time.
He did one on Netflix that was critically acclaimed. He's in prison, and it's really a really good movie. He does a great job in it. Did you see that, Virginia?
I did.
Yeah, it was when I say recent, probably 3 years old now. But he's doing stuff. He's doing that Netflix stuff. These movies come up on Netflix. You go, oh, it looks good. I'll watch it. Oh shit, Vince Vaughn's in it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how they're popping up in different places now. Michelle Rodriguez, she's always the tough chick.
He's always
True.
Gonna
Fast and Furious.
look at you mean.
Avatar. Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michelle Rodriguez always is the same.
Ben Stiller, if he's not doing a goofy character, he can be just Ben Stiller the whole time.
I'm trying to think of where he's done something that was kind of different.
Only time he did something different, he'll play that over the top zany character. He did that in Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Kind of talks like this a little bit.
He does that, and then he'll do he does the Meet the Parents.
But to me, that seems like that's just Ben Stiller.
Yeah. And, he really was kind of that same way, and There's Something About Mary. That really was the same person.
It really was.
And both of those.
Aaron Beck saying Jim Carrey. I totally disagree. Jim Carrey can do totally different things.
He does go deep.
I think he's one of those ones that started out kind of doing the same thing, and then after a while, he realized, okay, I can't be Ace Ventura every movie. Because he was very similar in Dumb and Dumber. I mean, those aren't too far. It's over the top, wow, wacky. The Mask was a lot the same, and then he started to try to do other things.
The Man on the Moon was a good movie with Courtney Love. He plays Andy Kaufman, the comedian. That's a really good movie.
You see that with the comedic actors. They'll, build 6 movies, and they start to get typecast as the same guy, and then they're like, I got to break the mold. I got to do something different. Tracy Morgan. Would you say he's about the same person in every movie?
A lot of times he is Tracy Morgan.
Well, he also has a character on that
30 Rock.
30 Rock.
Yeah.
And he played a legit character on that.
Mm-hmm.
But was he playing himself on that?
I think kinda. I mean, he's Tracy Morgan, but he's awesome. I mean, I love all day watching Tracy Morgan be Tracy Morgan.
I really love. I love Vince Vaughn. I don't really hate it if I see Vince Vaughn being Vince Vaughn in a movie.
I don't care because I love it enough.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm like, go ahead, just keep doing you.
Vince Vaughn was so good in Swingers. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie.
Yeah, I saw it.
That is a really good movie, and he plays a great role in that.
He's solid in those kind of roles. I miss that Vince Vaughn because he doesn't even do that anymore. And maybe it'd be weird now because he was doing those roles 15 or 20 years ago, and it worked because he was a young guy. Now if he does, he'd be like going, all right.
There is a thing he does where it's a very Vince Vaughn kind of thing, and if you see that too many times in the movie, you're like, oh, he's just doing his act right now.
But it also works if you're a guy in his 20s that's a single dude. Now, if it's a guy that's in his 50s, it's like, okay, I don't know, that's kind of weird. Maybe it wouldn't work. I think that's why they're going back and forth on maybe doing another Wedding Crashers.
We've said all dudes. Have we said any women that
Michelle Rodriguez?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Aniston. I feel like she actually can play some pretty good roles. She was great in Office Space.
Yeah. I think she's done a little bit different. She's great right now on the morning show.
I think she's
What's the one where she's the mean boss?
Yeah, Horrible Bosses.
Horrible Bosses.
She does a good job.
I like that one.
Yeah, she has done some different stuff. Don't know if you saw, but the Sopranos creator David Chase finally came out and confirmed that Tony Soprano did die in the series finale.
They've been hammering him for a while. They finally broke him, huh?
They finally broke him, yeah.
I think because everyone was so pumped for that Saints of Newark movie to come out, and it wasn't that great.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. He had to give people some kind of closure. So Tony Soprano was killed in that final episode. When it goes to black, that was Tony's life done. He said that he was driving on Ocean Park Boulevard near the airport, and I saw this little restaurant. It was the kind of little shack that, served breakfast. And for some reason, I thought, you know what? Tony should get it in a place like that.
So he sees that, then he goes to the owners where the Sopranos want to film it here.
Well, I don't know if he filmed it at that exact spot.
They probably recreated it on a set.
Yeah, but seeing that said, that's the kind of place where he should die because there's so many ways that he could have been in a car and they got him down or this or that or at home. But he said, no, that would be the kind of place where Tony would die. And so that's where they did it. And so, if you wanted to know and you needed that closure, Tony Soprano died.
I saw the David Chase interview the other day. It popped up on my interview, and for some reason I watched it. He talked about his favorite and most pivotal Sopranos episode, and I don't know if you guys remember. It's in season 1 where Tony Soprano takes Meadow to college, and he ends up seeing somebody that was in the mafia, a rat. And he goes and he has to kill him.
Oh.
Okay.
And there was a big debate on whether David Chase should do that or not. The people at HBO got involved and said, you've created this great character for the first 5 episodes. You're going to ruin Tony Soprano if you have him kill this guy so early. And he stuck by his guns, and it became one of the biggest episodes. It's a good episode. Yeah. It's very, very good.
Yeah, it was very well done. So there you go. All right, any other actors that you would put into that mix, you can send us a message on the WRMF app or an email, mail at kvjshow.com. We got one more left for you tomorrow. See you back here for your Friday KVJ show.
We want to thank our sponsor, Atoll Vodka. It's delicious. It's vodka infused with citrus and botanical flavors. And now it's available at even more places like Liquor Delight in Tequesta.
Oh, your neck of the woods.
And Star Liquors in Wellington. Atoll Vodka.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.